So hope everybody's having an awesome day today. If you're picking up what I'm laying down, I'm here at the warehouse, and if you need a gi, this is definitely the place. They've got every size, every color. I like these Lucky Gis are really good. And what really I've been kind of feeling lately, these OTM gis, they fit like, I don't know, so I'm not like big on the whole heavy judo gi thing. It's like, it doesn't feel right for me. So I like those gis, they work really well. They got every color, every size, everything you need. If they didn't got it, you don't need it. And then they got these training shorts. I love these things. Because sometimes people getting crazy with the Velcro up front. And not that I'm not trying to be soft or anything like that, but that Velcro tears you up after a while. I'm like, dang. But here's one cool thing I don't know if everybody's seen, is that I left the house in a rush this morning, as I do most of the time, and so I forgot a belt. So, come to premonition, since I've lost weight doing this whole boxing thing, my pants fall down, my shorts fall down, so I had to come by here and hit my boy up, my little boy, my son. So what they've done, what Built to Fight, what OTM has done, is they've got, now if you've already seen this, okay, cool, but if you haven't, which a lot of people haven't, because when I wear my belt, people see it and they're like freaking out, think it's the coolest thing ever, which it is. So you have a regular jiu-jitsu / judo belt, and to the best of my knowledge, you're supposed to wear the same belt as these as you do regularly.
Rank,
yeah, so whatever your rank is what you're supposed to buy on these. Now what they've done is they put metal loops on the end, so you'll put it around like a regular belt, put it through 2, and then put it through 1, and then bang, and then you've got like a regular belt. I did this one backwards because that's supposed to be on the out, but on no joke, it's a regular belt, and I've had one for probably since he was a little kid, so maybe 10-12 years when they made their first one. So I ran their first demo for him, and I still have the thing, and I probably wouldn't need another one today if I didn't forget it. But these belts are awesome. Do you get these at the store, or can you get these online?
Actually, they're all custom now.
Oh, they're all custom.
Yeah.
Oh. So how do you get one made, or whatever?
You got to know the right people, which is us.
Okay, so if you want to order one of these belts, which I suggest everybody gets one, I've worn this, I probably wouldn't admit this, but I guess I am now. I've worn this with a $2,000 suit. I've worn this with every kind of short imaginable, jeans, everything.
He wears it every single day.
Yeah, I live in this belt. It works so good. So I don't know if I'm supposed to say that about the suit thing or whatever. Because I have a suit sponsor and he hooks me up, but I don't know if he gives me belts, but these belts are still better. So how do they order one of these?
DM me on Instagram.
And what's that?
Tanner Medina MMA.
Okay, so, and I suggest, and you can get any rank, any color, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you can order these from my boy here, and he'll get it out to you. How much do they cost?
To be determined.
Okay, so we're not too clear on that, because somebody just ordered like a couple hundred or whatever, so that's the price is different than from 1 to a couple hundred. But at least you can find out. Hit my boy up and we'll find out. So, but what I'm talking about today is I went to go help a fellow boxer out, get ready for a fight. So this is about students, whatever, fighters, and the coaches. So I went and we worked, we sparred and fought and did all that kind of stuff. Afterwards, I worked with a new boxing coach because he was there, and I'm going to learn from new people. So if when we got there, especially if I'm paying you, I don't want to hear about your life problems. Not that I don't care, okay, but we're there to work, okay? It's no different, like, especially if I'm paying you. If I'm breaking bread, I'm not going to tell you my life story, and I don't want to hear about your life story. Not that I don't care. Afterwards, if we go eat or whatever, cool, hit it up. So this guy's telling me how great he could have been if he didn't have a knee injury and this and that, and what he could have done if his tooth didn't hurt, and what he could have done if it wasn't Tuesday afternoon. You know, it just kept going and going, and I wasn't asking, and I didn't say one thing what I did. So on top of that, that was kind of a buzzkill. Have you experienced that before?
I have training partners.
Yeah.
You're my only coach.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you. So, and that's one thing too. I encourage him, my son Tanner, and my other guys. If you can learn something from someone, by all means do it. Like if you have a coach and he's like, "Oh, you can only learn from me," or you can't go to anybody else. Me personally, I don't think that's the correct coach. Back when Carson Gracie Sr. was still alive, we worked with, he had wrestlers come in, boxing coaches come in. We had a lot of different people that came in to make us better. So if this is another one, if your coach says you can't go train with anybody else, that's kind of suspect, a little bit shady, so I don't suggest that. But, okay, so one thing, this guy was telling me his life story, it's taking up way too much time. And then if you come to me and I'm working with you, and I have this, he's an example of this. I'm going to use this for example. Say you go jab, cross, step, slide out to the strong side, okay? I might go step, step, and that's the way I do it. But if he goes step, slide, and he beats me, he's faster, I'm not going to make him go to move how I do. I have him continue to move how he does because he's faster. It's not, your coach should not have an ego explaining a technique, okay, kind of thing. Nor, okay, so, and that goes to the same thing, the student or the fighter, if the coach goes, hey, I have a better way or a faster way that's going to make you a better fighter, by all means, you should do that, okay? So it's got to be give and take on that. But if you walk in and the coach is like changing your whole style around, and there's nothing wrong with your style, it's not like your hands are down and he's just having you pick them up, which is legitimate. But if he's having you switch your whole stance around and your whole style and there's nothing wrong with it, that's not right. The coach should be able to work around you, okay? You shouldn't be working around your coach unless he's making you better or tweaking and fixing some things, okay? Because that's going to mix you up in the heat of the moment. When you're in a fight and somebody's putting heat on you, putting pressure, you're going to go back to what you know, what you've drilled all these years, okay? So you need to stay with that. If somebody takes you out of your game, your coach does, it's going to put you in a world of hurt and possibly you're going to lose the fight. So this goes to coaches and students or fighters looking to find a coach. Find a coach who's open-minded, that's going to get the best out of you and wants the best for you. Do you have any comments on that?
One of the best kickboxers in the world, his name is Israel. He just joined the UFC recently. He had an interview recently, and he said that for the longest time he was not a great kickboxer, even though he's the best in the world now, because his old coach would make him be just like his coach. So he wouldn't let him try his own style or do whatever he wanted. He had to be exactly like his coach. And he said the day he switched and went to a new gym and found his current coach that didn't change him, but worked with what he did and helped him with his own style, that's when he officially became the greatest kickboxer in the world.
I didn't know that story, but that's validity to what I'm saying. So find somebody who's going to work with you and let you be you, okay? So hopefully that rings a bell for some coaches and some students, some fighters kind of thing. And, we've got another special guest star. Okay, so here's what we're talking about.
Are we on TV?
So you go to a new... This is from a student and a coach aspect as well. Okay, if a student comes to you and his style's good and it works for him, are you going to change that?
No.
Okay. So why are you not going to change that? That's just what we're talking about.
Why fix something that's not broken?
Okay, perfect. Okay, and then throw a couple of your accolades. What have you got accomplished? So we're all on the same page here.
My accomplishments?
Please.
I've competed internationally with karate. I did a lot of karate. Did some MMA as well. Did like a light contact tournament MMA competition, won that. And that was actually harder than just the full knockout version because you got to, submit people, like land multiple submissions, multiple strikes, everything, round after round. So it's not just one and you're done.
But you're international. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
But you've been around the planet.
Yeah. I just got back from the Maccabea. I competed in the Israeli Olympics. They got like a Jewish Olympics for fighters all over the world. That was a lot of work. That took me a year to prep for. And we were out there for like 3 weeks. I took silver in that one, so I'm going for gold next time. But that's like an Olympic level event. That was a lot of fun. I learned a lot doing that.
Okay, so
national champion.
I'm not trying to cut you off only because of time. So your take on a fighter and a coach?
Yeah, the coach and the fighter, they got to be like a mastermind alliance. So like the alliance, they need to be seeing things on the same page. The fighter should be able to be creative and say, hey, what if we do this? He should never feel like the coach is squashing him down, putting out his fire. The coach should be very supportive and only be there to kind of like protect him and facilitate him into new opportunities, in my opinion. So protecting him is important, but also like being there to encourage him, push his limits, see his weaknesses, but be realistic and encouraging when he addresses those weaknesses. So like building him up, but saying, hey, like, you know, this is awesome working for you, this is working, but we got to kind of watch out for this. This might be your weak spot, and address that, but not focus on his weak spots. Obviously, focus on his strengths.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Go with this guy.
Okay, so that's we're all in agreement right here. Okay, so
Yeah.
we've got a couple generations of fighters, and we're all on the same page. So find a coach that's going to click with you, and if don't stay there, just because. Okay, find who's looking best for you. Okay, so if you didn't know,
I know.
Now you know.
woo! Thank you very much. That was perfect.